In this video, I'm gonna show you how to pop up like a world champion pro surfer. So we're gonna do a quick slow motion analysis of the best surfer in the world doing a pop-up, and you're gonna see that the technique is actually pretty simple. And I'm gonna show you 3 simple things you can take away from that and apply right away. Now, I've taught a lot of people how to do their pop-up that were struggling, and the limiting factor is not understanding the technique, because you can learn the technique just by watching this video a couple of times. What holds people back is having the strength and mobility in order to perform the technique. So at the very end of the video, I'll show you some stretches and exercises that are gonna shape your body so you're able to perform that technique fast and catch more waves. So let's get into the slow motion analysis. Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you how the best surfers in the world do a pop-up in slow motion. In fact, these are the best world champion surfers in super slow-mo. They all do a couple of things the exact same every single time, and I'm going to show you exactly what those are so you can repeat them too. And at the very end, I'll show you a couple of workouts and stretches so you can have the mobility and strength in order to do these pop-ups as well. So let's get started. We got Slater here. So you'll notice that he's not pointing directly down the wave, down the face of the wave, he's pointing down the line. So as he keeps going, he's still down the line. And when he places his hands, see this hand that's leading, because he's going this way, is back more towards his hip, and this one is placed a little bit more forward. So that opens up his chest down the line. So he's already looking down the line, his chest is already open, so he's not even up. See, this shoulder's back, this shoulder's forward. And then right there, his back foot's already down. So back foot down first. See right there, you can see his back foot's down, and this one's just coming through. Look at that mobility. His knee is in his armpit. Boom, so back foot comes up last. So hand placement, chest open, back foot first, front foot last. Carissa Moore here, exact same thing. This hand is behind more, this hand is forward more. So she's already facing down the line, her chest is open. So she pops up. This one's back, this one's forward. Back foot's already down, back foot's down. This leg is now coming through. Boom, that front leg is last. Exact same way as Kelly Slater. This is how the world champion surfers do it. Straight into the pump. Okay, Kelly Slater again. You can see it even more here. See, this arm is way back, way forward, pointing down the line a little bit. And as he pops up, front leg, see, rear leg is already on the pad. This one is still trailing and it's last. Then there it goes down, right there. One last thing. Look at this position right here. His arms are fully extended and his knee is in his armpit. So he's still touching the board while he's fully locked his elbows and he's not quite got his foot up yet. That is a hardcore mobility. So right now I'm gonna just cut the video here and I'll show you a couple workouts so you can do all these movements yourself. All right, so in that video you saw that Kelly Slater had great mobility and great speed. So 2 tests you can do to see how your mobility is at is to do a deep squat and a deep lunge. See how far you can go. For the squat, can you get your elbows well below your knees if you can, and your butt nearly touching the ground? That's really, really low, and that's how mobility you need in order to perform a pop-up, especially on a short board. But as well as a lunge, so with your knee down, step up pretty far, then how far down can you get your hips? If you can't get very far, it's something you need to work on in order to perform a perfect pop-up. So the stretches for that are really, really simple. Now just for the lunge, all you have to do is the lunge. But there's another little thing you can do to help it. So when you get low, so I'm stretching my right hip flexor, take my right hand, put it up, take my left hand, grab my wrist, and pull it sideways. And so it looks like this. So it stretches that even more. And do that both sides. Hold it for 30 seconds, do that every day. That's really, really gonna rock your lunging. But also for the squat, this is more in your glutes, right? To get that leg right out under you when you're still got your hands on the board. So it's pretty simple. So I'll just take my left foot, tuck it under my butt, take my right one, cross it over top like this, and I'm just gonna hug my knee, pull it across my chest this way, and it's stretching this glute right here. It works really, really good. Super easy to do. Just hug it again, hold that for 30 seconds. Now as far as the strength and stuff goes, one thing you gotta practice, if you're gonna be practicing on land, is think of it not as a pop up, but as a pull through. Because to get your upper body up, all you need is this. So push-ups, strength is good for that. But the rest of the part, you got your lower body way back there, and it needs to get up here. Your front foot needs to get up here. So think about it as pulling your legs through. So to just practice that, you want to lay on the ground. Do not touch your toes on the ground, because when you're in the water, you're not gonna have anything to push off of. And if you do this on a longboard, you gotta stop, because that'll prevent you from progressing into a shortboard. But so practice not putting your toes on the ground, get your chest up, and then pull your legs through. It's like almost like a scorpion. So almost go like this a bit to lift your thighs off the ground. And it's like that, right? So you pop up without touching the ground, without touching your toes back, with your chest up already off the board. So one more time, toes aren't touching, and then pop up like that. So that takes practice. So the strength that it requires are hip flexors, mobility, and also upper body strength for the push-up. Push-up doesn't have to be done quite as fast as that, but speed matters, as you've seen in the other videos, how quickly those pros pop up. Do this stuff every day, and I guarantee you'll catch more waves, because if you spend all that time bringing your board down to the beach, paddling out, sitting in the lineup, what matters, it doesn't matter if you go to the party if you don't get up and dance. So perfect your pop-up, guarantee you'll catch more waves. My name is Kyle Ross, this is Hydro Mind. All we do here is teach surfers how to catch more waves and catch better waves with at-home training systems. If that's something you're into, please hit like and subscribe and tell a friend.